Hello and welcome back to the Self-Actualization in the Age of Crisis chapter summary series. I'm your host, Ron Rivers, and today we're going to be discussing chapter 2, Partnership and Parenting, subsection, The Partner. So when we think about a bonding or partnering with another person through the lens of the single truth, it can be simply explained as the interweaving of two individual time experiences into a single thread. The most successful partnerships, hands down, are those that are rooted in mutual commitment by the other. So the idea that the two individuals entering a partnership have a shared commitment towards their progressive, perpetual, and aligned growth together. It's a form of mutual contribution, and it recognizes that when we embrace a partner, and when I say a partner, it could be everyone, everything from had a couple dates and we're really vibing to we've had a relationship that's been over decades, right? And the idea being that essentially what you commit to is the mutual growth of your shared experience together. And that is really vital because it provides a framework where we as individuals can keep our commitments not only to ourselves but to the other, in a way of kind of perpetually improving the relationship. The thing about relationships is it often becomes like this experience of mutual becoming, and we can't really avoid that, right? So as you spend more time together, you almost become more similar in many different ways. And I think a key part of a successful partnership in our immediate present, and especially through the lens of the single truth in the relational universe, is the commitment to continually developing ourselves, right? We want to make sure that we as individuals continuously are learning and growing so as to be interesting and exciting to our partners, and bring to them the same sense of mystery and difference and sources of information and excitement that they fell in love with. And I think what we really want to avoid in a universe governed by the single truth is kind of stagnation, right? Individual stagnation. We fall into a routine. It's easy, right? With work, we're tired. We come home, we just watch bullshit on TV, and over time that kind of dulls our senses and dulls our kind of imagination. So we want to make sure that we as individuals, when we enter a partnership, it's an equal commitment not only to our partner but to ourselves to continuously grow and improve for that other. So commitment to partnership is a pretty simple thing, right? It takes focus and energy directed towards a specific direction over time, just like anything else. So I kind of dive a little bit deeper in the text, but some brief things I share that I really believe are paramount to kind of building a successful relationship for self-actualizers is the development of mutual either soulcraft activities or small rituals, things that you can engage with your partner that bind you together in shared experience and shared enjoyment. And I want to emphasize, because I think this is often overlooked, when I talk about mutual activities, that doesn't mean convince your partner to do things that you like. It means find things to do together. Now they can be things you already enjoy, or they can be new things, right? There's a lot that goes into that. And some examples, right? It might be practicing yoga daily together, doing a small dance at night before you go to bed, going on morning walks as a ritual. I mean, there's infinite options, and my intent is not to suggest that there's a specific way to form a relationship with your partner, but rather to provide frameworks that really support the growth, really mutual growth, in a relational universe governed by the single truth. By embracing our core values, we better develop ourselves to love, but also to be loved. And I think that's a really kind of critical component that many of us lack under the current kind of dominion frameworks of relationships guided by transaction. It's a deep mutuality. And over time, your partnership should and probably will develop into really a statement of intent, right? So I'll give a personal example. When my partner and I got married, in our vows, I talked about ECHO, right? Exploration, contribution, creation, and observation. And these are the values that my partner and I really guide our lives by, and something that you may decide to create with your partner over time. And it can be obviously very unique to your specific situation. But the key is aligning around ideals and practices that bring you closer together over time and create and help realize your shared visions. Ultimately, when we align ourselves with a partner, it becomes a force multiplier in our shared creation, right? Our shared development of ourselves and the world around us, and only serves to kind of spread more love both in our lives and in the external universe.